A few months ago, a friend came from out of town and wanted to visit Oculus at the World Trade Center subway station. This is not to be confused with the Oculus, the building, which is right next to the World Trade Center site. I did some research into the artists and some of their exhibits, and I'm just sharing them here. A 5-year art project, they installed the mosaics in 1998 and 99. If they were killed and took the subway to work, they more than likely passed through this station that morning.
The MTA's Arts for Transit's latest program here at the Park Place Station involves the installation of over 300 thought-provoking eyes and a central mosaic, and they call it Oculus.
We really were interested in creating a sense of animation, a dialogue between the people who are moving through the station and those, and the infrastructure of the station itself. Making people really think about where they are and about being human and being alive at the moment and being alive at the moment and being alive at the moment, and how they were interacting with this environment. Because most people, I think, in a lot of times in stations, they move through without necessarily thinking or really wanting to think about it. Oculus, of course, refers to the eye or the seeing. It's being specially made for the Chambers World Trade subway station.
We were given a very complicated station. It's a maze. There are 5 trains, the A, C, E, the 2, and the 3. And the corridors are very confusing. And so we thought it would be great if you could do something that was everywhere, that helped you to understand that you were in one place.
To generate the eyes, we photographed over 1,200 New York City school kids.
Asking them to look into the depths of time, to look into infinity.
Like imagining them as if they were a deity.
Just for an instant, show me the goddess in you. Show me the divinity. Just show me the intelligence in your mind. There's a clarity of your mind. Just open your eye.
There's nothing quite like tapping into the souls of innocent children so tourists don't get lost in a subway station. Speaking of New York City school kids, these artists also did an exhibit at Stuyvesant High School. Stuyvesant is a highly selective public high school in New York City. It's only 3 blocks north of Ground Zero. I had a friend whose son was a student there when 9/11 happened. I had never heard about this art exhibit in the basement of Stuyvesant High School. Time capsules built into these glass cubes. The contents of each cube represent significant events from world history, and this is very disturbing. This appears to be a blood sample from a victim of Nagasaki from World War II Japan. All hope for a good education for your child is lost if the school is exhibiting blood samples of war victims. A short distance away in Union Square, which is close to my apartment, is the Metronome, completed in 1999, just 2 years before the September 11th terrorist attacks. While I never took a formal poll amongst my neighbors, whenever the topic came up when we were talking about this, we all generally agreed that we hated it. It was creepy.
We're showing you every single day where the moon is.
Above the Oculus, the hole in the wall, is this hand. It's a hand in a gesture of benediction. But that hand is taken from the statue of George Washington in the park below.
The artist's website has a lot of film footage on the creation of this art installation, but they only mention once that the hole is an Oculus. And check out this next clip. It's almost like these art exhibits are an act of foreshadowing.
And our hope is that it's engaging enough for people to stop and look and look and
note the Twin Towers in the background.
Wonder that the steam might be a metaphor for the intangibility of their lives, the intangibility of their lives.
Art installation Oculus, art installation with an Oculus, and then they build a building called the Oculus.